In 1882, the Port Huron and Southwest Railroad was completed between Port Huron and Almont, Michigan. About a year later, the small village of Smith was established along the route. Today, it's known as Allenton. And if we look real close, we can see right here is where that post office and general store used to be. The farmhouse shown in the old picture right next to it is still here. It's heavily modified and added onto, but you can definitely tell it's still here. A lot of small houses remain here in Allenton, and they line up and down both sides of the road. There's a church that we passed by at the beginning of the film. There was also a post office here, an auto repair facility, a convenience store, a Catholic church. The Allenton Tavern is still here in operation, and there was a bank here up till a few years back. But mostly it's just residential and farmland now. The railroad bed came through here, as I said, part of the reason for the founding of the town, and the railroad line ran directly east and west, just south of the Allenton Tavern. So this little road right here, just past that road, is where the railroad line ran, and you can see it right here at the bottom of the screen. And then the railroad ran easterly, and then turned a little bit southeast till it made it to Berville, where you can see it cut through the southern corner of Berville, and that's where the station was along this route here. These are all the stops from Port Huron to Almont. And here in Allenton, we found one of the few relevant historical items still existing related to the Port Huron and Southwest Railroad. And that is this lovely old depot building. This depot is not original to Allenton. It originally was in Berville. This is the old Berville Depot. But I wanted to show it to you here because it's pretty cool. It's a cement block building, which is kind of unusual for the old depots. But here's a look at it around the turn of the 20th century. And of course, here it is now. And this, from Port Huron, is one of the original engines that served this railroad branch. They're in the process of restoring it. So there's your freight dock. These old railroad depots are laid out very similar. One side has your freight door that you would unload the goods onto the train, and the other side has the freight door where the people would pick up and drop their goods off for shipping. Then usually in the center, there would be a chamber for passengers to wait, usually with a small wood stove, and a ticket window where you would buy your tickets and pay for your freight to be shipped. Pretty simple layout that you see in a lot of old railroad depots, but it's just so cool to see this moved here and preserved. Now, this is not actually on the old railroad grade. It's about a quarter mile south of where the railroad ran across through town. But it's right here in this lovely little community park in the small town of Allenton, Michigan, which still has an operating post office, a gas station and a store, the church, the bar and grill, and it looks like a truck service center of some sort. So, if you're ever out and around exploring southwest St. Clair County, stop by and check out the old towns of Allenton and Berville. Well worth your time to explore local history in these areas. I just love these old railroad depots. They're so cool. Well, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and bye for now. There had been talk of extending this line all the way to the west side of the state, but that never came through. And having a dead-end railroad line when the whole economy was switching over to truck and car-based transport spelled the end of this line, and it was pulled up in 1942. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.